Sheb W. I live in Decatur, Georgia. My wife and I have been here since 2019, and we love our house. We've been making adjustments to it from time to time. We're both retired and settling in and plan to live here for a long time. So I don't remember exactly how I heard about Peavey, probably through word of mouth or perhaps on the internet. But what pulled me toward Peavey was the focus on science and data collection and detail and analysis. So that was very attractive to me. I've been a hobbyist woodworker my whole life, and I know how the right tools and the right approach, the right data makes a big difference in the result. And so that's what drew me to Peavey, and I've been pleased ever since working with Peavey. So I had my first experience with Peavey, I think it was in 2020, that would have been about 4 years ago. And Peavey did a home energy audit on my home. And I was really impressed with the people and the approach that they took during that analysis. Gave me a lot of good information that I could work on, because this house was built in the 1960s and had been moderately well cared for, but not really tuned or I guess refined in the systems and the way the envelope worked for ventilating and insulating the house. So the energy audit showed me what I needed to do, and from that point to now, I made some of those adjustments and recently came to the point of replacing the HVAC system. And Peavey really shined in that experience. It was done just recently. They replaced my air conditioning and furnace with a new Carrier Infinity heat pump, variable speed, and a gas furnace backup. The experience went very well. The people were all professional, courteous. The work was done smoothly. Everything was cleaned up afterwards, and the result has been fantastic. Since our new system has been installed, it was a Carrier Infinity heat pump, variable speed, and a backup gas furnace. Also, along with that, Peavey did a balancing of our duct system. So in their design phase and their manual J calculations, they determined that we needed an additional return duct to be added. And they added inexpensive but very effective dampers in all of our ducts. So once that was done, then their science guy came in and tuned it all and spread the air around in the house differently. In other words, the larger areas that needed more air got more air, and the smaller areas that were getting too little took air from there and routed it to the other areas. The result has been that when we walk around the house now, we don't feel hot and cold places. It's been dramatic. We have a large room that I'm sitting in now, has a vaulted ceiling, and it was always cold in winter and warm in summer. That's not the case now. When you walk into the room, it feels the same as the bedrooms and the living room. So the result has been great, and we're happy. So before I talked with Peavey, I actually talked with one of your competitors just to get a different approach or an alternate quote. And they came in here, and it was very interesting in this area here, because they had two guys that came in to collect information. And they stood here and they looked at these ducts, and they were talking back and forth amongst themselves like, now what size is that one? No, it's that size. No, that one's that size. No, it's that size. They finally just made a guess and entered it into their system. They asked me, what is the square footage of your house? Now, if you're like me, that just, I don't know, it's an approximation. I don't know what the square footage of my house is. It's what the realtor told me. But I gave them that, and they put that into their calculation. And that's the way they collected information to build their analysis of what the house needed for a new system. When Peavey came, the design guy, Matt, he came in this same area. He stood here and looked at these, and he said, have you got a step ladder? And I said, sure. So I brought him a step ladder, and he climbed up and actually measured all of these ducts. So he got the right information. And then he took his laser measuring device and he went around the house and he measured every room for square footage. He measured ceiling heights to get the volume of air in the rooms. He measured all the window sizes, all the exterior door sizes, and he put all that information into a computer program that yielded a 50-page analysis of our home in detail with actual measurements. And that's what Peavy used to decide what kind of equipment I needed and how this ductwork needed to be modified to make the house comfortable. Well, the result has been wonderful here. I would like to say thank you to everyone at Peavy that has worked with us. They have each one been unfailingly courteous, friendly, and efficient. So we've been very pleased with it, and thank you, Peavy, and all the people who have worked with us.